Hi, my name is Catherine O'Brien. I am the writer and director of Charles and Claire. Charles and Claire is the story of Claire, a transgendered woman in the early stages of her transition, who reluctantly agrees to meet her estranged father for dinner and comes out to him as transgender.
The reason why I wanted to be a part of this amazing project is because it's regarding a subject matter that is controversial but seldom talked about.
I was initially hesitant about writing this story because I didn't know how people would react to it, so it was a big surprise that people not only liked the story but were really enthusiastic about it, and a lot of people were really inspired and motivated to make this story.
After reading Charles and Claire, the script, I was immediately drawn to it because I thought it had a really important message about being an individual and being true to who you are, and I think everyone wants to achieve that at some point in their lives.
We're dealing with themes such as acceptance, love, and family, and because of that I find the story highly relatable.
I liked how it was about a father and his child and how easily they could fall apart. And people can relate to it, and I thought that was pretty awesome.
Like everyone else associated with this project, I was drawn to it because I was intrigued by the story. Story which, at its core deals with a common issue between the relationship of, children and their parents. But then on top of that, it also deals with a contemporary issue, which is like the disconnect between, different communities and their ability to accept and understand one another.
My job for this film is to make the look and the style and the mood combine and come together.
As a cinematographer, what I strive to do is put on screen the conflict that's inherent in this piece.
We're kind of striving, or we want to shoot in 35mm because it's a much larger format.
Thanks to Panavision, we're shooting 35mm for this project. With that comes considerable costs that aren't covered by Panavision, such as purchasing 35mm film. That expense itself is a tremendous one. It's very important in that sense to have the proper lens package, etc., that we need to convey this effectively. Of course, implying yet another cost.
Once the film's been shot, we have all the footage and we know exactly what kind of movie we can make. Like at the beginning, the director has their vision, where they want the movie to go, how they want it to be, but we don't really know what we have until everything's shot and we have everything just kind of concrete. And then from there we can take that and we kind of remake the movie in a way with what we have.
Not only is it really important for scenes to transition fluidly, but it's also essential on a shot-to-shot basis. If in one shot there's a glass that's half full and then the second shot it's completely full, there's a break in continuity and the viewers are taken out of the experience.
That's where editing comes in. We have to pretty much cover up everything, do whatever we can to make this look as seamless and nice as possible.
Editors are given the task of compiling what you see on screen, and it takes a great amount of work and funds to get that done.
Editing actually takes a lot of time, a lot of work, and needs a lot of resources.
Since Charles and Claire will be shot on 35mm, we have to go through the process of telescening, which involves transferring film to tape or film to digital media.
It's very dialogue driven. It's about the characters and everything, and as sound, obviously that's really important for us because we're in charge of keeping the dialogue crisp, especially for production sound wise. Everything, that's our main responsibility, to keep the dialogue audible. And I really want people just to see this film and ask questions and wonder further what they can do to make people more accepting of this community.
To name at the top of my head any positive characters out there, a lot of us couldn't. I mean, we sat down and we tried to think of any positive transgender character out there, and no one could really think of anything. And so this film is very important in the sense that it's just kind of like a stepping stone.
This is more than just a student film. This is more than just something we have to turn in for a grade.
The reason I did this film is because there's not too many films representing transgender characters. So I thought it was a unique opportunity to work on a film that represents transgender characters, which are underrepresented in the media today?
Currently, we all have put in finances to help get the film together, but we are in need of additional funds, which is why we have turned to other campaigns such as this one to help us raise the needed funds.
We are still a little bit behind on what we need to make this movie, and so through donations we'll be able to acquire the budget that we need and make this film a reality.